Hello, my name is Christy. I'm delighted to welcome you to my channel and I thank you very much for spending time with me. In this video, we'll still continue with our chats with the new wife of the SY widower. And we are looking at what she can do to make moving forward less difficult for everyone. We are looking at a scenario where they are now married. The new wife is married to the erstwhile widower now. So we're looking at what this new wife can do to make this new home work. Yes. And one thing that I find very common is that the children of the widower with his late wife may, depending on how they are wired, find it challenging to adjust to the new wife. There is a tendency to feel that the new wife wants to replace their late mom. And in one of my previous videos, I tried to describe what we mean by children, and we said all offsprings shared by the widower with his late wife fall under this group. They are children, whether they're infants, toddlers, adolescents, teenagers, adults, even if these adults are now parents and grandparents, so long as they are offsprings shared by the widower with his late wife, they are under this group. They are all children. I hope we're clear on that. Yes. So one common thing in all these families, a new wife married to a widower, like that, is that there's a tendency for the children to feel that the new wife wants to replace their mom, their late mom. Indeed, wants to erase the memory of their late mom. It therefore behoves on the new wife to conduct herself and express herself in such a way to show them that no one can replace their late mom, not even herself, and that she had not come into their life, indeed the life of their father, the erstwhile widower, to replace their late mom or her husband's late wife, as the case may be. She needs to do this. And in doing this, she does not have to be brash. She just needs to earn the trust of these children. And how does she do this? You may want to ask. She should not see the children as resisting her or being antagonistic. Because if she sees them as resisting her or being antagonistic, she is likely to respond by some level of resistance and antagonism as well, which is going to be conflictual and that's not the environment you want to build a home, a thriving home on. So please do not see the children as resisting you or being antagonistic. Just be open-minded, And that brings me to the number two. She should enter into this marriage with an open mind, with the aim and the focus of making the marriage, the new home, work. remember to put my. I'm sorry about that. So, the number three, she should attend to every event, every issue as they happen in the best appropriate manner, the appropriate possible way, as much as she can. And that's why I said it in my previous videos. In fact, I always say it that nobody goes into anything unprepared, and marriage is not excluded. So I would expect that she would have gone through counseling sessions with a veritable marriage counselor, and she would have been taken through many of these things. Thereby, she would have expanded, built up her capacity, so I should be able to attend to issues as they come up in a realistic, pragmatic, matured, and reasonable manner. Yes. So she needs to attend to events, issues as they occur in the most appropriate way, as best as she can. Yes. So at this point, I'd like to paint a scenario where a spinster, and I refer to her as regular because, well, she's about 30 years old, not too advanced in age. So I refer to her as regular spinster. She is now married to a widower who has a son of about 7 years old. I refer to the son as Gabriel. And please, this scenario is mere illustration to make my point very clear. It does not refer to anybody. So if it's looking like it's referring to your matter, your case, please bear in mind that it's just mere coincidence. It's not directed at anyone. Okay, so, and then this spinster, let's call her name Julie, got married to her husband, the erstwhile widower. And this widower has a son, Gabriel, aged 7 years old. And then about 1 year into the marriage, this spinster, who I want to refer to as Julie, like I said, gave birth to her own child, a son too, with the widower, erstwhile widower. Let's call the name of this son John. And everybody could see the sharp difference, very huge, in the clothes the two sons wear. That is, her son John and Gabriel. The two of them are the erstwhile widower's sons, Gabriel with her late wife, John with the new wife. However, everybody could see the sharp difference in the clothes these two siblings wear. John wears clothes, let's say top notch, the A category, just to illustrate this. clearer. Well, Gabriel, the son the widower, ex-wife widower, shared with his late wife, wears clothes, let's say D category. John would always wear his clothes looking sharp with shoes and socks, to match everything prim and proper. Well, Gabriel wears his own clothes with sandals, sometimes with socks, sometimes no socks. So tongues started to wag as expected. People started calling the new wife all kinds of names, unprintable names. And there were speculations that if the way they dress differ so sharply, how about their feeding? People started to speculate that the possibility that even their food could be different, less nutritious than what John eats. Some concerned fellows were bold enough to ask Julia, the new wife, why this was so. That is the difference in the clothing of the two siblings. She quickly responded by saying that she had to her son's portion of the money provided by her husband, the elsewhere widower, from her own personal account to dress up her son to match her own dream of how a son should appear. Her side of the story, that's what she said. She practically ignored any question on feeding of the children. She was not going to even answer that question, whether there is also a difference in what they eat or not. She practically ignored anything concerning feeding. So I begin to now wonder, how does one handle this? How would one to say that if everybody noticed this obvious difference in their clothing? Obviously, that man, their father, the Ezra widower, the husband of this new wife, Julia, father of Gabriel and John, must have noticed it too. He should rise up to the occasion and address the issue. If he cannot match what his new wife, Julia, intends for her son, if the man cannot match up with that style, with the taste, the quality of what Julia wants her son to look, to appear, to be dressed, he should at least increase whatever he gives to at least close the gap, the staggering gap between how Gabriel appears and how John appears. Let this man increase whatever he gives to close this gap, even if he cannot match what Julia does for her child. At least the difference will not be too glaring. insisting again that even Julia, maybe for the sake of harmonious coexisting and wanting to make this new home work, she should reach a compromise and try to come down a little concerning the taste, the quality, and the sharp appearance of John, just for the sake of this new home, for it to thrive. She just come down a little, you know, it's a kind of compromise. The man should pep it up a little, increase whatever it is that he's giving, and then Julia should please come down a little, even if she will not come as low as even the increase that the man has provided. At least the gap will not be too glaring. So I also want to advise that this new wife, having achieved the compromise, should please show and extend more love towards Gabriel. He is also your son, stepson. Well, he's still your son. So I plead that you should extend more love towards him. Don't make it so contrasting that will make everybody's tongue to wag. Please see to this. Because Gabriel, I'm sure, is already miserable. He too can notice the difference, I'm sure. But it's just, he can't talk. He can't say anything. His mother is no longer there. So he's just taking it in. And he's going to grow up with this terrible feeling, which is going to shape his attitude. Neglect, abandonment, all of this will breed whatever Gabriel turns out to be in future. Gabriel in future may now turn out to be toxic, bitter, aggressive, and all manner of unbecoming things, which honestly can be prevented. So please, the man and the wife, the new wife, please come together and come up with something to ensure that this does not happen. Try and, if it's not a level playing ground, don't make it a steep playing ground. Don't make it too glaring. I hope you'll be able to adjust and balance everything up in a way that no one would turn out the wrong way. Some stepmom already go into this kind of marriage with the notion that whatever it is that they do, nobody's going to thank them for it. So sometimes they go overboard, overreact, and then people now stamp them with terrible names and all. And even you play into their hands because you're overreacting. Please, whether they're going to thank you or they're not going to thank you. Just see these children as fellow human beings and try as much as possible not to hurt, batter their feelings in what you do or what you do not do. Try and be civil. Indeed, intentionally like them. If you can, please love them. If you like them, love them, you will most likely not hurt them. Most likely, you will think about how they would feel at every turn in whatever it is that you do or intend to do. Thank you very much. Please put your comments under the comment section. It's important that we all talk about this. It's common, it happens all the time everywhere. So we cannot pretend that it's not there. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Please like and share my videos. I hope to see you very soon. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.